Hi folks, welcome back to the Monkeys on Good Dogs Club. Today we're going to have a look at some of the headlights adjusters. Now on the Volkswagen T4 they do tend to crack over the years with there being the plastic inside. So we've got two replacements. We're going to do both sides. We'll start with one side and we'll show you what we're going to do. These are the two parts. Easily available off a lot of auction sites. They didn't cost too much. We'll put the link in the description below. One goes on one side. Behind the head laser adjusters, and one goes on the other side. I don't know if you can see down in the back there, that's actually already cracked, that adjuster. Over time it's worn away, it's loose. So we need to take the headlights off, but first, before we do that, we need to get this indicator off. So if you look down in the videos before, you'll see when we replace these, it's easy enough to get off. There's just a little clip inside. Now we get to, if you want to come around this side, you might be able to get and see inside there. There's a little clip just inside. If you see, get into focus. Right, so just ease that forwards ever so slightly. Once that clip's free, it'll just slide out, and that's where the clip holds it on, that bit there. So it gives us some easy access to get to the main headlight. Now there's 4 bolts holding this on. If you want to have a look down under, there's 2 underneath. And the 2 on top, and they're held on by an 8mm bolt. So let's start on these. Obviously you need to protect your headlight from falling out. There's 4 bolts. 2 of these, the lap underneath, are just a bit of a slight angle. So now we've got all 4 bolts out. Remove the headlight unit. As you can see now, the unit comes free. Just be careful you don't drop it. Put that safely to one side. And these are the 2 adjusters that I'm going to need to we're going to need to replace. So what we need to do is get a posi drive in there, and take that one off and screw that from there. So you can see it's already crumbling as I've started to try and unscrew it. It's becoming that brittle over time. It's already fallen away. So it's all breaking away, so that should just now, there's nothing actually holding that in anymore. There we go. So it's all brittle. We need to get this one out now. Right, so now this, we've taken the screw out of this one. It does actually recommend in the manuals to leave these longer screws in. That's going to go threading through that side there. So what we need to do is get that into that side through there. So try it first of all, see if we can do it with a little bit of, we might have to just tease it in with some mole grips. Now, just to help that in, it's a little bit stiff. I'm just going to use these sash cramps just to nip it up. There we go. It's a little bit stiff. Either you can use these sash cramps or a decent pair of mole grips. And now that's gone firmly into, you can see that in there. It's a hole, and then we put this longer thread back through. Should have thought on and used the impact driver really. we'll do it old school and tighten this up. Alright, so once that's tightened up, we'll do the other side. We'll take the screws out. We'll just utilise the bolts that are already in it. We're going to put that on, and you see it's ridged, and as it screws up tight, it'll pull it back into the aperture there. So you want your two proud bits on that side. So we're almost there now. Just screw that up. So over the years, with the heat of the engine and the old plastic, it's an old van, they will start to corrode and decay and shatter. So we won't over tighten that for now. While we've got it off, we'll just give this a bit of a quick clean, get a toothbrush on, get some soap and water on that, and clean the headlamp up, and then it's a case of putting it all back together. And we need then to make sure it's at the right adjustment. So we'll clip the connectors back on now, side lights and the main headlights, and just carefully feed these back in to the holes and make sure we get a good connection. Okay, problem identified. Trying to put this back in just straight away, I screwed that up far too much and adjusted the headlight bolt over so it wouldn't slot in, so I've unscrewed that bolt so it's back straight now again, so I can actually put that in, and once it's in there now, as and when we come to do the beam, we can adjust it. But don't put that in too much on this side here. I've had to take it out, unscrew it so I can get the thing back in. So now once that's back there, put all the bolts back in, and then we can then readjust that, so just bear that in mind. As always with myself, when I'm doing these, I just put a little bit of grease or WD-40 back on them, so just if you ever need it in future, just get a bit of rust protection. I can get them on and off. A little petroleum jelly or a bit of WD-40 will squirt on these. Put your side lights back in, and your main connectors and the indicators. Put that back in there. And that clip, push it back on. Now the same with the other adjuster we put in the bottom. If we start unscrewing it, because it won't, you can start seeing it's coming level with this now. There you go. That's level with that. So the best thing to do now is come night time, we get the beam on and we'll check it and make sure. If you're unsure, take it to your local MOT testing or your local garage and get them to do the proper setting on it. Okay, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and see you next time on the Monkeys Up the Dubs Club.